Hello guys, welcome to Ride VP, the Righteous channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about what if Uber deactivates me. Then guess what, guys? Let me talk about that. First of all, when you're clicking on this video, you might be thinking, why would Uber deactivate me? Well, Lyft deactivated me. Uber can deactivate me. At first, I was a little bit cautious. I'm thinking, yeah, what if they deactivate me for just like not accepting some rides, right? What if they deactivate me for canceling rides? What if they deactivate me for doing private rides? And then you know what? I said, screw it. Who is Uber? Who is Lyft? Are they God? Did they own you? Are they my employee? Are we W2 employees or we contractors? We are gig workers. We're in a gig economy. Did Uber provide you your car? Have Uber ever fixed your car for you? Has Uber done anything for you besides giving you shit work, basically? Excuse my language. Have they done anything good for you to where you could sing like a canary for Uber and Lyft till the cows come home? So who is Uber or Lyft that I should worry that they're gonna ban me off the platform? Do they have the monopoly on all the rides? How did Uber and Lyft become rideshare companies? What rules did they break? What regulations did they break? What laws did they break? Guys, look it up. They broke plenty. So you're asking me, what am I gonna do? Do I have a backup plan? Make sure you have a backup plan when they do kick you off the platform, and they will, you guys say. Today I say to you guys, let them kick me off the platform. Let them do it. Then guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? Then I'm gonna be singing like a canary here on YouTube, and I'm gonna have videos similar to Rideshare Professor. I will do my research on those companies till the cows come home. I will dig up all the dirt on them that exist. I will use the power of AI to dig up anything. I'm really good at finding stuff. I'll find any dirt. I'm serious. I'm really good at that. I'm also good at finding work. It doesn't matter what I'm looking for. As long as I put my mind to something, I will find it. So let them kick me off the platform. And when it comes to Lyft, you think I'm leaving that alone? I just haven't talked about it. I'm strategizing. I'm making plans. And once I do have those plans, I will tell you. Because I will fight this thing. Do I want to work for that scumbag company? I do not. So I will fight that company, and I don't care. So right now I'm not going to mention what I'm doing because I'm strategizing exactly what I'm going to do with that. Because why should I say what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and give them evidence? As I did not want to provide videos to a company that does not deserve to invade my privacy for something that I did not do, knowingly deactivating my account for false accusations. They are definitely at fault. They had no reason to deactivate me. Okay? I'm a private driver. I own myself. They do not own me. I'm not a W2 employee. I pay my taxes. I pay my taxes for Uber. I pay my taxes for all my personal rides. I have my LLC. I have my EIN number. I have other type of things that I need to protect myself, like rideshare insurance, like other insurances, like contractors insurance and stuff like that. So I am fully protected. Don't you worry about that. And when I talk to you guys about, for instance, getting a rental, I said make sure you get insurance, like the extra insurance that they offer. Some of you guys said, yeah, but you don't need that. That's just extra. Yeah, get it, because that could be a headache. Surely, anything can happen in the ride. Yes, you can get sued. Yes, insurance companies might try to decide a way for you to get out of that. But in today's video, we're not going to be talking about that. Anything could happen. Of course, businesses get sued every day. Uber and Lyft is getting sued every day. They're constantly fighting stuff. Anybody that's doing anything, they're constantly getting sued. That's just how the life goes. Because once somebody has money, somebody wants to take it away from them. But by no means do I think that I'm doing anything wrong by doing some private rides. Because Uber does not own me. Do I break any Uber's rules by, for instance, advertising my own business on my vehicle? I do not. If I'm doing Uber, I have an Uber sticker. If I'm not, I've removed the sticker. So basically, I'm working for myself. Have you noticed how people get into your Lyft and they say, when they're talking on their phones, they're like, I'm in my Uber, I'm in the Uber. Like they even call Lyft Uber. So Uber became a coin term for rideshare now. Anybody thinks if you're doing rideshare, they say, are you Uber? Are you Uber? It's not that Uber owns this industry. Think about what is Uber, what is Lyft. That's just two corporations. What do? Nothing. They absolutely do nothing. Absolutely. All they do is making a bunch of rules in an office somewhere. Guess who's doing something? You are. You are that's watching this video. You're doing something for them. This is how they make their money. They're not doing nothing. They provided an app. As I have came up with my own app, and I will be providing it. So that is no different. Heck, Uber would not be even around today if they would have not broken all the rules and regulations when it comes to providing sort of like taxi services. There was no rideshare until Uber came along. Uber really like breaking laws like so much, like it was crazy, like for them to break through. So for that, I give them credit. They basically break through, lobbied the hell out of it, sued taxi companies. They did all kinds of stuff just to basically start that company. And they created basically a bunch of loopholes for you and me to basically be able to do rideshare as well. But by no means do they own the monopoly on this. Monopoly is illegal. They cannot own a monopoly on rideshare. So they cannot ban me for saying that I'm stealing the clients. What clients? Do they have an agreement with that particular client that they have to use only Uber? They do not. So if that rider then chooses next time to use me instead of Uber, then maybe Uber needs to think about what they're doing, that the rider is deciding not to use them anymore, even at a higher cost of somebody like me, because I am charging what I'm worth. Some of you guys do not know what you're worth because you're a W-2 mindset employee, which is a slave mentality. Become free, my friends. Stop being a slave. You're no longer W-2 employee. And believe me when I tell you, if you don't charge what you're worth, you're gonna be sorry. You're gonna go out of business very quick. You will not be in business. Yes, maybe Uber and Lyft did not kick you out, but you're gonna basically expire. You will be able to just leave out of the whole business because you cannot afford it no more. Why? Because Uber and Lyft does not pay you what you're worth. Look at the IRS deductions for the mileage. It's like 65 cents this year. It's been going up every single year. Then look at what Uber and Lyft is paying you per mile for X. So you're breaking even. So you're thinking that's fair? Who's it fair for? Is it fair to you? You're providing all the work, and is that fair somehow to you? If that's fair, continue doing what you're doing. If you're on my side and you don't think that's fair, then what? What are we going to do? Are we going to complain about it? What complaining is going to do? Is complaining going to fix anything? The only thing we could do is we could talk about it on this channel and we could discuss this type of things, okay? Why are we discussing it? To come up with creative solutions in order to solve this issue for ourselves. Is Uber and Lyft going to come to our rescue? Is anybody going to come to your rescue? Nobody's coming to your rescue, my friends. Nobody. The only person that could create change is yourself. You need to figure out what makes sense for you and what works for you best and do that instead. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over and putting miles in your vehicle and breaking even, and you can't basically make it and you cannot save any money, you're just basically surviving, then why are you even doing this? What is the reason? I know one thing is a lot of you guys don't know me and you guys just watch my videos and you'll comment because you've seen something or you heard something or you heard me say this and you take it out of context and then you decide somehow I'm this, for instance, let's just say broke fellow, right? Poor fellow, lost his Lyft job. Don't worry. Try to do good for Uber so they don't kick you out. Like they're the only thing around. Oh my gosh. Have you guys looked at the minimum wage lately? Look at it. It's $15 at fast food. I talked to the Taco Bell. I'm just using Taco Bell all the time, but seriously, I talked to the Taco Bell employee yesterday. No, not yesterday. The day before. It doesn't matter when I talked to him. Guess what? He was headed from one Taco Bell to another. And I said, I talked to him and I said, who's paying for Ubers? He says, Taco Bell does. I said, what? They pay you for all your Ubers? He says, yes. I don't care which store I work, I pay them. I'm like, they pay them from store to store? Do they pay you to go home as well? Yes. So this employee is making over $15 an hour because he's been there a while. A start-off position is $15 an hour. He's been there a couple of years. I don't ask him what he's getting paid. but he's getting paid more. And they're paying for his Uber. So guess what? He comes in there, works, pays his taxes, then we'll file a tax return if he overpaid. And on top of that, he don't need to have a car, does not need to pay taxes on a car, does not need to purchase a car, does not need to repair that car, does not need to budget for any kind of maintenance or breakdowns on that car, does not pay insurance on the car or fuels it up. It does not pay any car washes or anything else that has to do with the car. And that means he's saving that chunk of change because Taco Bell is paying for his Lyfts and his Ubers or whatever they're using. Okay? So they're looking out for the employees. So that means that Taco Bell worker is making more than you. They're making more than me. I have showed you last week that in 4 hours I was making $50 an hour, right? So sure, we can't really look at a small window of 4 hours and say we're only making $15 an hour. But guys, shouldn't that be enough? How many hours in a workday for a full-time employee? It's 8 hours. 8 hours. So what was the rate for 8 hours? It was like 17 bucks an hour. How much does it cost me to operate just to basically just get rid of the, like for instance, just like Tesla payment, or if I had fuel? It cost me between $5 and $7, depending on how many hours I work. If I work 12 hours, then it's costing me about 5 hours or more, depending on how many miles I've driven, how many charges I did. But if I work 8, then my cost goes up at least to $8. So that means now that 17 is no longer 17. Now take $8 away. That's working for Uber. That's actually working consistent throughout the day. That means my pay is now $9. $9. Do you think $9 is fair somehow? And then you guys over here telling me, oh, he's judging people. He's overcharging them. Man, you're missing the whole idea. Like when you say stuff like this to me, do you think I get disappointed? Do you think I worry? Do you think I am somehow like ashamed, or should I be ashamed for making a sound judgment decision about how much money I should get paid? I should not. So when I'm judging, you say, I'm not judging. I'm looking, is this a single mom with a child and I'll just charge her basically less than I'm normally worth? Or is this a business employee that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yesterday, the person that I charged 80 bucks, guess who it was? I'm not going to say his name or the company he created. He created another banking app. He's literally making, he was talking to me like, guys, it's unbelievable. It's like millions of dollars that's being talked about here, okay? Do you think he's going to miss 80 bucks? I told him 80 bucks, well, 79, he gave me 100. Did I tell him to give me 100? No. If I told him more, he probably would have gave more. And guess what else he said? You know what? I come here once every quarter. I want you to give me a ride every time. Do you have any cards? Here you go. Do you know what he says after that? Do you know what I paid for Uber when you took me to that place? I said, no. He says, what did you pay? He said, I paid 36 bucks. You could only guess how much they paid me. I think like 17 bucks or something, or maybe less. I can't remember. But I was in a surge zone, so it probably was like about 17. So guys, was that fair to me to take somebody for 17? I did not convert him right there and then. I let Uber make their money. But after, there was no guarantee he's going to get Uber. There's no guarantee he's going to get Lyft. As a matter of fact, he says he gets personal rides at that moment. And usually that company that he visits for the meetings and stuff, and he's actually like one of the guys in charge, they set up a ride for him because he's a head honcho, you know. So what have you, you know. So if you want to do business, guys, do business. Do your research. Look at what makes sense. Calculate everything. My calculations may not work for you. So it's important that when I do calculations for myself, they're working for me. So everything that I'm doing, including renting this Tesla, it's working out just great for me. It's fine. At this current time, it's fine. And yes, I'm going to wait for the newer model because I can. And yes, I have other stuff lined up. I don't have to be doing rideshare. The only reason I'm doing it is because I enjoy it. I'm not enjoying rideshare per se. I enjoy driving and I enjoy making money. And I charge a lot when I do my business, a lot more than I am making in rideshare. But I'm not just about to drive here for minimum wage. Sure, I was driving around and sometimes you get an autopilot in your head and you're just accepting all the stuff that they throw at you. But sometimes you look at it and you're like, well, what's going on here? When I first started, I was getting paid per mile per minute. So that means they valued my time. So they paid me for every minute that I'm stuck in traffic. Now, they don't do that. They don't pay me per mile. It used to be that you got economy car, you get paid economy price, no matter what. You got a luxury car, you're gonna pay luxury price. We looked at those miles. So if you're somebody new, you haven't seen that. So, well, yeah. So for you, you just accept the status quo. But when I started a couple years ago, that's how it was. And I was like thinking, wow, I should get this nicer car because I'm gonna get paid more per mile, because that's what it goes off of. But now it doesn't go off anything. You could be getting paid 60 cents a mile for this ride. Next ride is gonna be getting paid $1. Usually not more than that. As a matter of fact, some of the comfort rides that I accepted, I almost did not accept them because they barely covered $1. And then I look, I'm like, what? That was a comfort ride? It's like, are you kidding me? Priority ride barely covers $1. Like, what kind of sense does that make? X, priority, green, comfort, it's all the same price. There is no price. It's being set by AI, or perhaps by how you accept rides. That's what they're looking at. I don't even know what they really take into account, because I worked at all these different times and I know prices shouldn't be surging at the time, but they're surging. I know I should be getting paid more sometimes when there's stuff going on, but they're not surging. So it's really crazy sometimes. Maybe supply and demand, but there is something. But guys, when it comes to rideshare, yes, you can be kicked off for anything. Like, seriously, you'll come back sometimes to my channel and you'll probably find out maybe I got kicked off, okay? And I'll make videos about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Like, this is gonna be fine. But you're gonna come back and you're gonna say, I didn't do nothing wrong and they kicked me off, and I'm gonna believe you, because I give you the benefit of the doubt, because I think you're telling the truth, okay? Lots of people got deactivated for no reason at all, which I don't even understand. Like, why are they getting deactivated? So this kind of things, guess what? In my mind, this speeds up the process. So now I'm thinking, okay, deactivation, all right, it's coming probably sooner than later. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna wait around till I get deactivated, or and follow all these little rules? I actually think I'm following all the rules, but am I just gonna be like a good little boy, right? Accept every ride, accept everything that they throw at me, and then one day wake up and I'm deactivated? No, I'm gonna do something about it. And when it comes to rideshare, because I do enjoy driving, I'm gonna find a way to make more money. Therefore, I could actually be happy with what I'm doing, and I don't have to really worry about anything else. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Sorry to be a little rowdy, but these kind of things make me rowdy a little bit, because I read some of this comments that you guys are writing. I don't know if you're trying to be insulting, funny, or what, because it's really hard to tell from comments. But when I read this stuff, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm from the Soviet Union and I grew up in a communism, and you guys talking to me like you're growing up in communism or something. Realize this is capitalism, not communism. This is not socialism. You have rights, there's rules. You could actually do business here. In the Soviet Union, when I was growing up, you would go to jail for doing any kind of business. That's just how it is. So don't worry about that, guys, okay? Make sure you pay your taxes. Government wants your taxes. Pay your taxes. Do AIN. Protect yourself with LLC. Get the proper insurance. Talk to our lawyer. Talk to the CPA. Organize your stuff. I'm not going to do it just because I am none of those things, and I'm not about to give that advice. But when it comes to telling you what I'm doing, not how to do what I'm doing, I will share with you. And I'm not afraid of Uber or Lyft or anybody looking at this, okay? I'm not afraid, because guess what? I could fight back. It's fine. They got a bunch of lawyers, whatever. I'll hire lawyers that like to fight them. We'll figure something out. I'll talk to Rideshare Professor. He's got Gig Rocket and stuff like that. But if I get kicked off, my videos are going to be very similar to Rideshare Professor. I'm going to look at that, because look at his videos. He's a very smart guy, and he tells it how it is, and I respect that guy. But anyways, guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourself, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.